Multiplying with variables is not that hard. A lot of times people get mixed up and get confused and scared because they see a letter in a math problem and it's like, I have no idea what to do. Well, basically just look at that letter, or variable as we like to call them in our class. Look at that as just kind of a blank spot. That letter represents a number. And what number does that letter equal? Well, guys, it's not that bad. There are several ways to think about this. One way you could do it is you just take your y, in this case, because that's our variable, and we got to figure out, well, what goes in that spot? Well, 2 times what? Because remember, when a number is right next to a letter like that, or a variable, it's just talking about multiplication. So 2 times what equals 10? Well, we know that 2 times 5 equals 10. So in this case, y is going to equal 5. Well, that's one way to do it. But another way to do it, like we're learning in class, is using inverse operations. So we know that we have 2y on one side, and we have an equal sign here, and a 10 on the other side. And kind of one way of thinking about these kinds of algebra problems is, well, how do we get it so we only have the variable on one side and the number on the other side? Because when we get that, we know what that variable equals then. So let's go ahead and figure this out. Well, the inverse operation of multiplication, we know, is division. And so if we divide 2y over here, because remember, whenever we're using inverse operations to get just the variable on one side and just the number on the other side, we always go ahead and just do the opposite. So we're going to divide 2y, or 2 times y, by the number 2, because we want to get that 2 out of there. So if we do that, because we know that 2 times y, well, you know what? Why don't we back it up a step? Let's just rewrite this problem. So 2y, or 2 times y, so nobody gets confused, is 10. So to get rid of that 2, because that's what we want to do, we just divide that 2 by 2. And if we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other side. So 10 divided by 2, oops, what just happened there? Okay, 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5, and if we know we're dividing this 2, we know we can just get rid of that 2. So in this case, we have a y over here. So now we have y equals 5. No matter how you want to do it, basically we know that y equals 5. And guys, this isn't that hard. Whenever you see a number right next to a variable like 2y, we know we're just talking about 2 times a placeholder, or 2 times a variable, 2 times whatever number fits in there. And so that means we just got to figure out what y equals. That's all there is to it. Don't let this stuff scare you.